Okay, so it's question and answer week here on the YARebels. Thanks to Scott for setting up the Formspring account. You can still go there. The address is in the sidebar if you want to leave more questions for us. We will continue to answer them. If not on our vlogs, then on the site itself. This week we're going to try and get through all the questions that are there so far. We'll be answering them both on the vlog and on the site, so check them both out. Here we go. I generally start a book with an opening scene and a closing scene in mind. From there I'll outline generally the first act, which is the first third. I usually write in kind of a 3-act structure, so I'll do a tight outline for the first third and then sort of loose points that I want to hit in acts 2 and 3. I find that the plot, the characters, and all that good stuff really changes as I write, so I prefer not to do a hard and strict outline for the whole novel because I know things are going to change, and if I put a lot of work into it, I'm just going to hate myself later. So far, I've only written female protagonists, although the novel I'm sort of toying with, haven't quite started yet, involves a male protagonist and almost an entirely boy cast. So we'll see how that goes. I think I can do it, but I'm not entirely sure. Probably 60-40 writing to editing. I don't write as fast as some writers I know, but I prefer the editing process. So I tend to leave a lot of things that I should work on in the writing portion of the novel to the editing portion. If there's a chapter I'm having problems with, I'll skip it and do it later. Characters I'm having issues with, things like that. So probably 60-40. The first project I wrote, which was a chick lit book, was first person. It was probably, for the first novel I'd ever written, a really good way to go. It was easier to sort of get the narrative going when I put myself in the position of the narrator as the first person character. I think I actually prefer to write in third person. I also prefer to read books written in the third person. I don't like to get as caught up in all of the mental machinations of the main character that you get in first person. Sometimes I think it really slows the story down. And if it's not a character that I particularly care for, I find it very difficult to continue reading the book. I have a day job, and if you follow me on Twitter, you probably know more about it than you care to. I have lots of favorite music. It's really hard for me to pick one. I'd say my favorite opera is probably Mozart's Les Nozze di Figaro, The Marriage of Figaro. As an opera, I think it's the most perfectly composed one, even if the fourth act is a little long. My favorite piece of music to sing is Zerbinetto's aria from Strauss's Ariadne auf Naxos. And if I was going to recommend one piece of opera music that I think everybody should listen to, it would be the trio at the end of Strauss's Der Rosenkavalier. It is the most beautiful piece of music I've ever heard. I can't believe you have to ask. How do you not know the rules of breakdance fighting? Query contest. Okay, here's how it's going to work. We're going to be doing one query critique. All of us will be doing it, and in order to enter, you have to comment on our YouTube vlogs this week and this week only. Put the word entry in your comment. That is an official entry for the contest, and then we'll be pulling the winner next week. We also have a secondary prize. If you retweet us on Twitter, or blog or vlog about us and send us the link as an @reply on Twitter, you'll be entered into our secondary contest, which has an awesome prize. Might be some sort of gift certificate. I'm not going to tell you yet. But that's also going on all this week, and we will be announcing winners for both next week. So get on it, people. Remember, comments on YouTube for the query critique, @replies and blogging and vlogging shout outs on Twitter for the extra special gift certificate prize. That's it.